Hi, I'm Bob Gallagher, the mayor of the city of Bettendorf, Iowa. Today is Friday, October 7th, 2022. Welcome to my office here at City Hall. Today we're joined by our IT manager, Monty Sunkson. Monty's going to tell us a little bit about this month that I was able to proclaim on Tuesday night, Cyber Awareness Month. So Monty, welcome to the mayor's message.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
Happy to have you. Tell us about Cyber Awareness Month.
Well, Cyber Awareness Month has been around since 2004. It's actually a global awareness month.
Okay.
And the idea is to bring visibility to cybersecurity awareness. It's becoming a much bigger issue, and so this is it's a topic that is near and dear to my heart. And so it was just something that I wanted to make sure that we brought a lot of visibility to the city, as a lot of other companies are bringing it to their cities and their employees as well.
So a long-time cyber professional or IT professional, you've been with us for how long now?
About 3 months, actually.
Yeah, pretty new.
Yeah.
So bringing new things already. Thank
Yes.
you for that. Are there any key themes or messages that we're trying to do or bring to the forefront in the city of Bettendorf?
Yeah, so one of the key things is it's easy to be safe in cyber, so be
Okay.
cyber smart. And the idea is cybersecurity is seen as scary by a lot of people.
That scares me.
But we don't want it to be scary. There's 4 or 5 things that people can do to greatly increase their cybersecurity. And so we're highlighting specifically 4 of those this month. Multi-factor authentication, strong passwords and password managers, updating your software, keeping things up to date so that those are patched. And then the last one is a big one, and it's recognizing and reporting phishing, because that's a huge problem.
How do I report phishing?
Well, it kind of depends. So for the employees, they report it to the IT organization. For employees of other companies, you want to report that to your IT organization. But if you're using something like Gmail or Outlook, there's always a button there where you can report it as phishing, and what that does, that sends it to that company, whether that be Google or Microsoft, and they use that and all of the information they get from their customers to build their logic that will identify spam and phishing better.
Okay, perfect. We did get some questions from you, so thank you very much for your participation in the mayor's message. We always love it when you have a topic coming up and you give us some of the things that you want to know. So I'm going to read a couple of questions here, and we'll have Monty help us out. So Monty, one question came from a constituent. What is a good starting level of security to have on my devices? Maybe like your PDA, your phone.
Yep, excellent question. The best thing to do these days is to go out there to Symantec or some of those kind of companies, McAfee, the big cybersecurity companies, and they make software packages that are designed as an all-in-one solution to provide that security.
Okay.
And so you can download their security suite, install it on your computer. It's usually a subscription-based thing. And that subscription typically comes with the ability to install it on multiple devices. So you buy one subscription to one of those software packages, you install it on your computer, your phone, and your iPad, for example, and now you have protection across the board for that one thing.
So if at my law firm I've got it on my computer and we've purchased those licenses, if you will,
Yep.
I can probably get that on my cell phone.
Absolutely.
Didn't
Absolutely.
know that.
Cell phones are a little safer, but you still want to have it on there to be safe.
Okay. So speaking of cell phones, do mobile devices need malware protection as well?
Yeah, so Apple cell phones are pretty secure by default. Apple has a really strenuous policy before they put apps on their store.
Okay.
Android devices, things from Google, are a little more lax. So if you have an Android device, you're a little bit higher risk. So either one of those phones, I highly suggest that you install whatever you install on your desktop. If they have a mobile version of it, install it on your phone as well, because you want that device. You know, our lives are on our phones these days. You want that to be as secure as you can be.
Makes sense. All right, another couple questions from our folks here in Bettendorf. What are cookies, and should we accept them when prompted by a website?
Yeah, so cookies are just small tidbits of information, little bits of data that are stored on your device. There's 2 different kinds of cookies. One's called first-party cookies, one's called third-party cookies. So first-party cookies, when you go to visit Amazon.com, they store a little cookie, a little bit of information that's stored on your computer, and it tells Amazon who you are.
And when I go look at lawn furniture that keeps popping up lawn furniture. It knows
Exactly.
exactly where I was.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it tells you what's in your shopping cart, right? Those are important. Those are needed.
Okay.
The other kind is third-party cookies. Those are the ones that 3 weeks later, when you're browsing some unrelated website, the thing for lawn furniture pops
Yeah.
up, and you're thinking,
On
how did that happen?
Facebook or something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's advertising. You don't want those. So when you see those pop up, a lot of the time you only have a choice of accept or deny. It's safe to accept. Cookies are a privacy issue, not really a security issue.
Okay.
So you can't really go wrong by saying accept. If you deny, that website might not work quite right.
All right. And so by privacy, that means they've got my information, but they're going to use it with me. It doesn't go elsewhere.
They should, but assume that it will go elsewhere. So what
Okay.
you're shopping for, that kind of information is going to be shared, unfortunately.
Well, we just did. I'm looking for lawn furniture.
Oh, there we go.
Not anymore. We got some. All right. Another question here. When creating online accounts, is it a good idea to accept the password the app, website, or company suggests? They come up and they got this thing that you'll never remember.
Yeah,
And then they say, okay, do you want to create your own? Well, mine probably aren't as secure. Should I be using theirs?
You really should. So those websites that recommend that, they auto-generate that. So
Right.
it's completely random, and it is a very secure password. The problem is, you're right, you're not going to remember it. That's where password managers come into play. I strongly encourage people to use a good password manager.
Tell us about that. What's a password manager? Why do I need one? Because I don't have one.
See, the key is, every website you go to, you should use a different password.
And I don't.
Most people don't, but we should. And that's because if somebody breaks into one website, they now have your email and your password. And they do what's called password spraying, where they have a program that goes out there and automatically, in a matter of seconds, will try your username and password that it got from the site you didn't care about. It will try that at Citibank, at TBK Bank. It will try it at Fidelity. It will try all of those places. So if you use that username and password at more than one website, they will get in.
Oh, boy.
So by using a password manager, which is just a program to allow you to store your passwords, it allows you to have a different password, those random characters for
Sure.
every site, and it's stored in that one password manager. So you have one good password that you remember, a long phrase, and that's what you use to get into your password manager. And then that has all of your passwords for everything else, and it's copy and paste.
Okay. All right. Helpful. All right. Another question. Is it a good idea to follow IT professionals, in quotes, online for advice? One popular Instagram account is called road_hackers_. What is IT professionals? Is that a positive?
Well, I tell you, I follow dozens of IT professionals. We share a lot of information.
Okay.
Security folks in general, it's a very inclusive environment because we all want everybody else
Doing
to
the
be
same
safe.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we share information all the time. The key is you want to follow good, reputable professionals online. Do a little research, Google their name, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Because what you don't want to accidentally do is get bad advice. And so you want to make sure you follow those really good, those good folks, and do it in most places, or most of the time. You want to do that in places like LinkedIn, as opposed to Instagram. Right? LinkedIn it's a more professional environment and things like that.
Sure.
And so make sure you're following good people in good places to get that advice. And if in doubt, Google it and go with the big names that are out there.
Perfect. Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope you learned something about Cyber Awareness Month and cybersecurity on your own devices and in your own businesses. Join us next week. We drop these at noon each and every week. Have a great weekend.